So what was you saying?
No, I was just curious. Like you got white people. They view us as they see one particular black person and they automatically assume he's the thug or he's whatever, or they see one Muslim person with what's that thing called,
Turban.
a turban on their head, and they're like, he might be like Osama bin Laden, or he might be like so and so, and they automatically generalize us, right? But then when we post the blame, like when we say, hey, maybe you like so and so, that's not me. I didn't do that. Or if we would have looked at them and like, okay, maybe you the like theater Hitler. Bomber, or maybe you Hitler. Like why is that? Like, why do they feel like they can't be generalized and we shouldn't see them as all cops are bad cops, but we are all thugs or we're all terrorists? Like how do they not like identify with why we would think the same thing, but they do?
Yeah, that shit is I think it's indicative to their inhumaneness as a collective people. I mean, of course, we have like Jim or Sally, individual cases where they may be able to sympathize with the plight of other people. But as a group, the majority of them just don't see it and or don't want to see it. And it's a very serious thing because I think it's almost, if not completely, psychopathic to be able to almost desensitize themselves to other people's hurts and pains. Clear recorded history. And let's be mindful, when I say history, I'm speaking about yesterday. That's history.
Right.
So the things that are being perpetuated by the white race as a collective group on non-white people still exist.
Right.
Right? So we ain't talking about just something that happened in the 1700s. We talking about what's still being done in terms of mass shootings. The mass shootings are a predominantly white male crime. You can't dispute it.
White Christian.
Oh, now sis, like you touching on you touching on this very serious thing now.
All right. I ain't gonna go there right now.
Not the Christians, not right now.
Not right now.
But no, seriously, but yeah, people who are referring to themselves as Christians are doing this, and so they demonize the Muslim individual when he goes in and then suicide bomb and say Allah Akbar in the name of his God, and then they demonize all Muslims, right?
They ain't allowed in the stores currently right now.
Categorize all Muslims as being radicals, right? In the name of their God, but do the same thing in the name of their God. They enslaved an entire race of people in the name of their God. Right?
Right. And still we oppress.
Right. So, what we are seeing is a lack of sympathy and understanding of the plight of everyone else in the world besides themselves. Any tragedy that strikes the white community now becomes a catastrophic issue that must be dealt with.
The Holocaust, 9/11.
Right. All of these things are, and any decent human being will say the Holocaust was terrible.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the African Holocaust.
What happened? That exists?
Right.
I mean, like, I don't get that. Like, I don't get how they don't see our pain. I don't get how you don't recall.
And what we have is that they are so guilty, one, that they don't want to deal with it, and they are so arrogant that they are the only ones that can hurt. They the only ones that can suffer.
Selfish.
Very selfish. Very, very, very selfish. And I think as a people, we spend too much time as a people trying to accommodate that lack of sympathy by trying to get them to understand. Like, we go over and beyond. Like, hey, look at our pain. Look at our suffering. Remember, they don't give a fuck. And they never will. So I think as a people, I think we have to stop sort of trying to get them to see us, and stop trying to get them to understand, right? And we shouldn't even be really having this conversation with them. We shouldn't be, because it's any decent human being can see that police brutality is a problem. Any decent human being can see that mass incarcerating an entire segment of a population is a problem. We should see that putting a lack of resources in a community is a problem when that community is impoverished. You know what I mean? So the school systems is not getting any type of resources. There's no recreations or parks in the area. These communities are in food deserts. But you then have millions of dollars to bring a pope to your city.
But you can't give no love to the African American, community.
Right. So as a people, I'm sick of having this conversation with white people, or even other black people, and trying to get them to understand. So,
I don't know, man. So I mean, what can we do? Like, what can we do as a people to basically say, fuck trying to give him the real, and let's focus on what we need to do.
Yeah, right. We need knowledge of self, and we need to just focus in on ourselves. Put the white man in the corner. Put the white race in the corner, and leave them there. And we need to just sort of focus intently on our issues and our problems and our hurt, and trying to alleviate that hurt, by speaking and communicating with one another, and then building and organizing within our own communities and our own families, in order to protect ourselves from a people who just are inhuman.
Basically.
So that's my thing. That's my take.